So the first question is, orange color of tomato is primarily due to the presence of which major carotenoid pigment? And the options are chlorophyll, anthocyanins, xanthans and lycopene. So the right answer will be here lycopene. So lycopene is responsible for orange or red color in tomato. Let's see other options. So chlorophyll is responsible for green color and anthocyanins are responsible for red, purple or blue colors. While xanthan is a white to tan colored powder that is used in many food products. So it typically gives a white or off-white color. So here you can see lycopene is the right answer. Second question is, which linkage is responsible for the branching points observed in the amylopectin fraction of starch? So here are the four options: alpha 1,4, beta 1,4, alpha 1,6 and beta 1,6. So the right answer will be option C, which is alpha 1,6 glycosidic bonds. So what happens is, amylopectin consists of glucose units linked linearly by alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds. So while at the branches, when the branching occurs, then the bond which is formed is alpha 1,6 glycosidic bonds. And in the amylopectin, branch points are formed at every 25 to 30 glucose units, which forms the side chains. So it is typical like this glucose, then here is glycosidic bond, then this glucose, then here is glycosidic bond. Then when the glucose unit is attached at the branch point, then this bond is alpha 1,6 glycosidic bond. Next question is, the irreversible loss of the crystalline structure of starch granules upon heating in the presence of water is fundamentally known as. So what happens is, when starch granules are heated with water, they absorb the water. When they absorb the water, the starch granules tends to swell up and after that they get rupture. So when this happens, starch molecules break down and lose their structure, and that's when they form a thick gel like paste into the water, and that process is called gelatinization. So right answer is gelatinization. So here you can see the definition of gelatinization. So the next question is, which of the following disaccharides is classified as a non-reducing sugar because its glucose and fructose units are linked through their anomeric hydroxyl groups? So the right answer will be option C, which is sucrose. So in sucrose, the glucose and the fructose units are joined in a way that does not allow them to be reactive. So that's why this particular disaccharide is non-reducing sugar. So the next question is, the Maillard reaction results in a significant reduction in the nutritional availability of which essential amino acid? So the right answer will be here option C, which is lysine. So this lysine has a free amino group, and this free amino group reacts readily with the sugars during Maillard reaction. So that's how it becomes the first victim of the Maillard reactions. So the next question is, the process of reassociation of starch polymers, particularly upon cooling a gelatinized paste, leading to the hardening of bread or precipitation in dilute solutions, is termed as, and that process is called as option number C, which is retrogradation. So the next question is, which component of cereal grains is an indigestible polysaccharide composed of long chain of glucose residues linked by beta 1,4 configurations acting as roughage? So the right answer will be option D, which is cellulose. So cellulose is a linear polysaccharide made of D-glucose units linked by beta 1,4 glycosidic linkage. That is given in question itself, and it is indigestible for humans. Some other properties of cellulose are, it is insoluble in water, and it provides rigidity and structural integrity to the plant cells, and also act as a major source of dietary fiber in cereals. So here you can see the explanation. So question number 8 is, which monosaccharide constituent is dominant in the poorly defined group of structural polysaccharides known as hemicellulose. So the right answer here will be option number C, which is xylose. So hemicelluloses are rich in xylose, which helps in building and stabilizing plant cell walls. So the main monosaccharides which are present in hemicelluloses are xylose, which is a pentose sugar. So the next question is, in the Maillard-Browning reaction mechanism, the carbonyl group of acyclic sugars initially combines with the basic amino group of proteins, peptides and amino acids, resulting in the formation of. So the right answer will be option C, which is sugar amines, also called glycosylamines. So what happens is, there are 4 steps in Maillard-Browning reaction. So the question is about the first step. What compound is being formed in the first step? So the first step of Maillard-Browning reaction is condensation. So in this step, reducing sugar react with amino group of amino acid or protein and forms glycosylamines, which is also known as Schiff's base. Then in step 2, Amadori rearrangement happens. So what happens in this step is, the Schiff's base rearranges itself to form a more stable compound. So that compound is called Amadori rearrangement product, we can call it. And third step will be degradation of this Amadori compound. So what happens in third step is, this Amadori compound breaks down into variety of compounds, forming furfural derivatives in other compounds. And the fourth step is formation of melanoidins. This melanoidin is brown in color. So this gives the food its final brown color and tasty aroma. So here I have also written it briefly, initial, intermediate and final stage. So you can read that. Next question is, the formation of invert sugar by the hydrolysis of sucrose, either by mild acids or the enzyme invertase, is utilized in confectionery mainly to. So basically it is asking the function of invert sugar. So the right answer will be option B, which is to control the degree of sucrose crystallization. So let's understand this. So invert sugar is more smoother, softer and more soluble than the granulated sugar. So that's why it is being used in baking, candies and beverages to prevent crystallization. And since it retains the moisture and provide more sweeter flavor, it is very widely used in jams, icing and cakes to make them smooth, glossy and creamy. Next question is, which chemical test is employed to distinguish between reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars? So the right answer here will be option D, which is Benedict test and Felling test. So in these tests, these reducing sugars, due to their free carbonyl groups, react with a copper complex in alkaline solution when heated, which forms a visible red or brick red precipitate of copper oxide. Next question is, what specific changes occur to the structure of amylose molecule when starch is allowed to cool after cooking, contributing to the gelling characteristics of the resulting paste? So basically the question is asking about the retrogradation, what happens during retrogradation. So the right answer will be option number C, long chain twist into a helical coil. So basically the disaggregated linear amylose chains which were dispersed in the water during cooking begin to realign with each other and form a helical coil structure. So this is called retrogradation, and this is what happened during the retrogradation. So the next question is, how many kilocalories of energy does 1 gram of dietary fat triglycerides yield upon complete oxidation in the body? So the right answer will be option C, which is 9 kilocalories, and it is highest among macronutrients, protein, fats and carbohydrates. So fat gives the maximum amount of energy. So the next question is, the change that a lipid undergoes leading to an undesirable flavor and odor, regardless of whether it is due to hydrolysis or oxidation, is collectively known as. So the right answer here will be option D, which is rancidity. So due to rancidity, the lipid undergoes some changes which develop undesirable flavors and odor into the fat. And this rancidity is of two types, hydrolytic rancidity and oxidative rancidity. So the next question is, the phenomenon where fat molecules exhibit different crystalline forms alpha, beta, beta prime based on the packing density of the molecules is specifically termed. So the right answer here will be option C, which is polymorphism. So the ability of fat to exist in different crystalline forms is known as polymorphism. And next question is, the primary objective of industrial hydrogenation process applied to the vegetable oils is to. So the right answer here will be option number C, which is to increase resistance to oxidation and change the physical characteristics. So during hydrogenation, hydrogen is added to convert unsaturated fatty acids to saturated fats, which makes them less prone to oxidation and rancidity, and also convert them from liquid oils to semi-solid or solid fats, and that also helps in increase their shelf life. Next question is, which specific polymorphic crystal form of fat is highly desired for producing high quality shortenings used in cakes due to its ability to incorporate abundant small air bubbles? So the right answer will be option C, which is beta prime crystals. So this form of fat is highly desirable to maintain texture in baked goods. Next question is, the development of talloy odor and taste in butter fat and meat fat is primarily a result of which type of lipid deterioration? So the right answer will be option D, which is oxidative rancidity. So the talloy odor which is being produced in fats is due to the oxidative rancidity. So fat reacts with oxygen in the air, leading to the formation of hydroperoxides, which then breaks down into various other volatile secondary byproducts such as aldehydes and ketones. So these volatile compounds are responsible for the undesirable stale or tallowy flavor and odor in fats. Next question is, the oxidative deterioration of lipids or autooxidation proceeds through a free radical chain mechanism consisting of three distinct stages. The correct sequence of these stages is. So the right answer here is option B, which is initiation, propagation and termination. Next question is, mayonnaise is a common example of which type of colloidal food emulsion? So the right answer will be option B, which is oil in water. So oil droplets are dispersed in water in mayonnaise, while butter is the example of water in oil emulsion. Next and last question is, linoleic acid and linolenic acid are classified nutritionally as. So the right answer here will be option C, which is essential fatty acid. So linoleic and linolenic fatty acids are classified nutritionally as essential fatty acids because our human body cannot synthesize them. So these are called as essential fatty acids, EFA. So today we covered carbohydrate and fat part of food chemistry, and in the next video we will cover proteins and enzymes and vitamins and minerals if possible, otherwise proteins and enzyme only. So subscribe to the channel. Let's meet in the next video. अगर आपको इसका PDF चाहिए, if you want the PDF of this class, then join Telegram channel. Link is in the description and pinned comment.